big boss that's special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
After recently reviewing the Coma Recut, I came to realize I have a taste for the Asian macabre. I mean, I knew this in other facets of my life. I'm a huge fan of Japanese horror. Every anime I watch usually has elements of horror, and one of my favorite writers is Junji Ito, best known for his works of Tomi and Uzumaki. So I'm browsing through the store and wondering what I can pick up to satisfy that urge when I stumble across Detention, a game I had never heard of despite its apparent universal stellar praise, and decided to give it a shot. Man, was I not disappointed. There's something more real and urgent about this game than Coma. Coma was playful, cartoony, and a little bit funny in places. Detention has none of that, opting instead for a beautifully unique art style, no jokes, and pure unadulterated horror. My favorite kind. Developer Red Candle Games is a Taiwanese company that really has something to say with this game. Its roots are in actual Taiwanese history set back in the 1960s when Taiwan was under martial law during a period known as the White Terror. Detention features elements of religious iconography and culture from that era and tells a dark story revolving around an illegal book club. The story is so good, they later even made a novel based on the game because of how intricate and beautiful it was. Can't say I've ever heard of that happening too many times in my history as a games journalist. The game starts out with you as a boy named Wei, who falls asleep in class and wakes up to everyone having disappeared in an almost exact replica to the beginning of Coma Recut. Except the game doesn't instantly turn into Silent Hill from there. You instead discover a typhoon issue has been posted and everyone has gone home. Apparently they all felt like you'd just figure that out and be fine. Whilst wandering around trying to make your way back, you stumble across a sleeping girl on stage in the auditorium. Her name is Ray. Despite her also current lack of awareness of the situation, she discovers she's lost her necklace and enlists your help in finding it. From there, the pair take off and try to get home, only to be hankered by the bridge having collapsed and the river being, well, blood. Naturally, they decide with a potential blood typhoon on the way, they should go back to school and settle in for the night. I won't give too much more away plot-wise, but needless to say, things don't exactly end with them having a fun sleepover and going home in the morning as new besties. Eventually, you learn of otherworldly beings called the Lingered, who mostly hate you, but can be avoided by timed breath holding as you pass them, or distracted by food. If you don't comply with either of these two ways to avoid them, they will fuck your shit up real fast. You roam the school, classroom by classroom, searching for clues and tools to help you escape, whilst the Lingered, well, linger around the hallways, hoping to catch you off guard. The music and atmospheric sound are delicious. Composed by Weifan Chan, it can be downloaded entirely by itself as DLC in the Steam store. Hearing one of the Lingered crying and laughing at the same time when you're close to one is quite the sound cue, enough to make the most hardened horror fans start tiptoeing around and giving any perceived enemy a wide berth. As with any Asian horror set in a school, you can expect a few gruesome scenes, not least of which is one in which you have to slice another student's neck and allow the blood to drain into a bowl for later use. The art style avoids it from feeling too realistic, but it's still a little harrowing nonetheless. Detention's difficulty level is exactly where I like my games to be. It's not easy enough to be completely boring, it's not hard enough to be completely frustrating. It's somewhere in the middle, where it feels like a challenge, but not insurmountable. Just a lot of trial and error in your exploration techniques, and hoping that you can avoid the Lingered long enough to get what you need in progress. I really can't recommend this game enough if you're a fan of Eastern horror. The price point is as low as a mere $13 and well worth it for the atmosphere and story alone. If you were a fan of the Coma recut, then this is an absolute no-brainer for you. If the art style and cheese layered onto that game put you off, this might be more up your alley. I had a wonderful time with Detention. Definitely one of the biggest surprise indie hits for me this year. Check it out yourself. And thanks for watching.
But they saying welcome to the second level.